This video is just going to be a short one from myself, but it directs you to something that I want you to see. I want to say thank you to all of the decent people who have discovered this channel and who are supportive of the course. Many of you will actually realise the greater importance of what it is I'm trying to expose. There will be some that think this relates solely to the sport of Formula One, solely to one injustice, and will want to argue whether or not it's an injustice. It's a futile argument with some because they don't understand. What many do understand is the notion of the greater mechanics of how corruption takes place in this world. And that is what I'm trying to expose through this one example, which is clear for us all to see. Many of our lives are impacted by things that are beyond our control. And whilst we can understand that things aren't right, know that the decisions that are being made aren't to our benefit and don't solve the problems and don't set the system up in a manner that is beneficial to us all, which is what they should be there for, we are powerless to impact it, and often we defer to what's going on with the belief that, oh, perhaps we don't know enough, or perhaps there are things that we're not considering, and those people tasked with making the decisions have at their disposal information that we're not party to, and hence that's why they have to make the decisions that they make. That's not the truth. What I've just explained to you is the process that I've had to kind of abide by through a long period of my life. Right since being an early teenager, I could see some of the decisions being made by the British government that I felt confused by. I didn't understand why it is they were making those decisions and felt that the policies that they were putting in place were not effective. And rather than be inspired to campaign, I just accepted that perhaps I don't know enough, so just take a back seat, accept it, see what happens. You live your life, you go through lots of experiences, and you learn. And then sometimes when you know enough about what you know about, you can see that they're lying, and you can see whose interests that they are acting on behalf of. What happened in 2021, I knew enough. And despite trying to go down a campaigning route to effect change, through a route that I had been conditioned to believe would be a route to go down. Write a letter, write an email to people that should be concerned and acting on behalf of the people, and see if they can help you and get them to see that the situation's wrong and therefore can do something about it. Nothing gets done. And it opens your eyes to the true level of corruption through so many levels. Corruption, naivety, and conditioning of people. So a video that I now want you to see, and I'm going to leave the link in the description to this, is this video here. James O'Brien meets Bernie Sanders. I watched it last night, and I think it can articulate some of the points that I am trying to make in a manner that both does it better, and people will, when it's coming from a source where people will believe it to be authentic, perhaps then people will start believing it. Just me saying something, people will say, well, who are you? What do you know? You know, this is just your opinion. You don't know anything. That's fine. You know, people will believe what they want to believe. please take the time to watch this video. Okay, it's had 102,000 views, 4,000 people have liked it. Hopefully that's enough to inspire people to watch it. It's not about Formula One, it's about life, it's about a system, and it's about media. And these are the things that I'm actually trying to expose through the medium of what has taken place in the sport of Formula One and how media has conditioned people to believe something, and the interests of billionaires has been furthered through corruption. Through that, there was an injustice, a huge injustice to a public figure, a global icon. Now, because some people don't like that, it descends into this conflict. But that conflict only further helps the corrupt mechanics of the situation. Whilst people are arguing, nobody is focusing on those who are perpetrating and conditioning people to believe in all that has been constructed. So I'm going to stop this one here. I want people to remain focused on what is important. What we see on this channel is I am presenting videos which will focus on Abu Dhabi, but I am showing you that along the way, for example, this series of Silverstone videos that I'm doing, I am showing you that same information which Sky Sports have shown you, and I am presenting it with a completely different explanation. That's the same set of tangible thing that has actually taken place. Video evidence of something actually taking place, and how it's described one way can make you think one thing about it, or how it's explained another way could shed a completely different light on it. That is the dynamics of what is in play here. And people are conditioned to believe it to be the way that Sky Sports and the so-called experts are explaining it to you. And yet I'll take that same footage, break it down a different way, explain it a different way, and it means something totally different. This is what happens in life. This is what happens with the things that impact your life. Governmental decisions that affect your life, your quality of life, your way of life, my way of life, everybody's way of life. And there'll be people that will not see this. There will be people that think I'm the horrible person in this. I've tried time and time again to present the same factual information, and we continually get resistance and projections of me being hateful. Well, this is the nature of people's conduct, where if they hear something they don't like, they use the techniques available to them to try to undermine what it is that they don't like. But again, these things are being stored here on the channel as evidence of the dynamic, because there is a greater plan. I can't tell you it all at this moment in time. There's a time and a place for revealing what is in store. But I want you to remain motivated, stay true to your values, understand what is important in life, understand that we are being lied to, and understand that it's when people stand up together, join forces, campaign, and demand change, that is when things do change in life. And we're at a point in our lives where the interests of the common man, the common woman, the common individual isn't being represented. Only the interests of the billionaire is. We are treated like slaves, every single one of us. It doesn't matter what your skin colour is, we are all treated like scum by those ruling classes, or by those who this system is working for. They sit at a comfortable place within that system, so they're content with that. But for the rest, they don't care. So please click on this link to this video, which is in the description to this. Please take the time to listen to what is being said, and hopefully that will add clarity to some of the message that I'm trying to get across with my videos, with this campaign. This is a campaign that is seeking for justice for what took place to Lewis Hamilton, but it's also aiming to wake a global audience up to this level of corruption that is taking place globally and the mechanics of it. And together, and it needs to be together as a collective, we need to start working towards making change and waking people up. Thank you for your time.